Hello, everybody. We're back. It's been a long 24 hours, but that's the last time we have to do it. So now we're on 12 hours. We can actually start cooking. So, big thing before we even get started. Also, shouts to Ginyu for so early in the afternoon. Let me actually put this down a little bit so y'all. I'm gonna put this down a little bit so y'all can actually hear me talk. This is important because I mentioned before that Adobe Animate can be very glitchy. So, we're looking at the scene right now. Pay very, very close attention to the timeline. You notice anything wrong? I just loaded this up right now. If you look under one of the layers, we're missing frames. This is what I mean. You have to be very, very careful with Adobe Animate. It will remove frames. Know that this is just for fluff effects, but you just don't know now because who knows? Maybe the scene is screwed up. But we're gonna add the extra frames and we're gonna watch the movie and we'll go from there. But this is what I'm talking about. Please pay attention. Because we're missing about 2 frames. So let's add it. And it was actually 1 frame, but still, that's pretty bad. Because it wasn't missing before. Before we do that, I need to actually take care of this. I want to have the camera a little bit closer. All right. Yeah, we just need to have it. Let's zoom in a little tiny bit. That's already a bad sign, but I'm not gonna be too worried about it. We're gonna have 2 streams today. I'm gonna work for like an hour and a half. Then I gotta go take care of some IRL stuff. Then I'll come back later tonight. Let's see. I think there should be enough room. Actually, let's move it like a little tiny bit closer. Okay. All right. Anyways, hopefully everybody's doing good. People who are frequent viewers of the VODs, hopefully you guys are to enjoy this stream. Lurkers, continue using the Void. Hopefully you're getting something out of this. And as usual, we're here every single day, pretty much. So sit back, relax, have a good time. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. I do read the comments. But besides that, let's get this stream started. We're just waiting for the movie to load up. We're almost at the end of this specific section. We're running out of space. 16,000 is the cap. Then we'll have to add another project afterwards. So right now, like I mentioned earlier, we're missing frames. We were missing 8 frames, so I'm kind of worried about how layers are positioned right now. So we're paying close attention to see if anything's messed up. And it's most likely always gonna be, it's always Mia, because Mia has the most effects right now. All right. And as usual, I do take suggestions, so if you want something added into one of these sprite animations, just let me know. Because it is a reimagining of the story. We're loosely following it. We're fixing things that I felt should have been fixed, specifically plot holes. We're giving characters that didn't get their limelight more limelight, like Minardi over here, who only had 1.5 fights. Mia too, because Mia after Mercury was kind of just there. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, just let me know. I'm open to trying everything. Also, a lot of things don't make sense right now because we're still in the raw phase, but there's a story to this. We're just shifting from one fight to another. I think Heart Sprite was probably one of the more complex ones to make. Not including this guy. Neo Judgment was a whole different beast. I'm so happy with the way he came out, though. All right, so we're not seeing anything too crazy, but last stream we did have some issues with the layers, which again does happen because Adobe Animate is relatively glitchy. Once you start introducing cameras, it starts getting even more complicated. Paris's sprite unknown, was what I'm calling it right now, was definitely hard. All right, I gotta fix that. Right in the bow and arrow, awesome. Well, I'm not noticing anything. Again, it was fluff effects, so it'd be more so on the extra effects that would have been screwed up, but I'm not seeing anything. I'll update this playlist later. I can speed that up a little bit. Okay, perfect. I might zoom in a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, let's put it at 150. 150, it's fine. I manually save just because autosaving in this is terrible. It's really, really bad. Really, 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 really bad. Okay, so I will update this later. You know what? We're going to Bloodborne for a little bit, then we'll go to Golden Sun. Damn. All right. I'm still working on one screen, unfortunately, because my monitor broke during transportation, which really sucks. Because when we're still technically on this deployment, I have like a month and a half left. I did bring my monitor with me. The first time I did get messed up, but the second time, yeah, I goofed. It's all good. It was only $70. All right. Ooh. Yep. Take a look. Perfect example. All my layers and keyframes are always lined up with each other. So let's see what got screwed up here. This is what I mean. Always go back and check. Interesting. And that's the thing. People who've watched the VODs will know we did this together. Yeah, because here's the problem. We're going to zoom in on both of the layers. Pay attention to the shine and pay attention to the layer on top. It's not moving at the same speed. They're moving separate. So, here's what we're going to do. Just going to grab this. So I added a frame to Fluff FX2, so we're just going to drop this back a little bit. Please do rewatches, people. If you're going to take up a project like this, especially if you're going to use Adobe Animate, do rewatches. Yeah, look at that. That's very, it's crazy. All right, that should fix it. No, before I forget, like as mentioned, I am working on one monitor. If I do miss a chat for some odd reason, I do apologize, but it's kind of hard going through like seven different windows. I don't have my OBS up right now. Okay. There's a TV in front of me, but it's way too laggy, so I didn't even bother. Okay. So I think this should be fine. We're going to manually go back and just see if anything else got screwed up. Everything's lined up. That's fine because that's a hit spark. Actually, Let's see. It's a hit spark. Like, I'm not too worried about it. The hit spark does its job. And the reason why, I'll explain this again, the reason why Heart has that on her hand, play Dark Dawn, which you probably should have. It's not that, it's an alright game. It's an alright game. She's a Dark Adept, so light should have adverse effects on her. If you watch the other Sprite animations, you will see she got really messed up with this story in regards to the end of Dark Dawn. So I'll explain real quick. We all know how Dark Dawn pretty much ended. Dark Dawn's ending was not good. Volchek did the sacrifice, and that was it. And then you're just in front of Belinsk. You don't know what happened to Heart and Spade. You don't know what happened afterwards. It's just assumed that everything was okay, which was not good because you have two of the antagonists on the ground right there. So we expanded on it a little bit. I did the very dark approach. I just made her and Spade get what's the word? Mained by all that light, because it makes sense because light and dark are always conflicting elements. I even had Heart say, "Hey, all this light from Volchek doing the thing will probably be fatal." Oh my god! And it wasn't fatal. She just got disfigured as a result. She's missing a horn, and her other side of her face is screwed up. But yeah, Dark Dawn's ending was weird, very very weird. But we don't judge Dark Dawn. We do that a lot. All right. So, anyways, that was a hit spark. So I'm not too worried about that. It's the other stuff that I'm worried about. Okay. We'll save it just in case. Later on tonight, we're going to go over one of my older Sprite animations because I want to show people the limitations, specifically with enemies in regards to this. Alright. That's fine. I would probably just honestly have to view this again. Alright, we're going to view this again. Just to be on the safe side. That is actually kind of crazy. So after this next viewing, what I'm going to do is we're going to add more to Mia versus that, whatever that is. We'll just call it a demon that took her visage, because when Mia got slashed by Death, it didn't kill her. It just brought her to another plane. What I'm going to go with is, because I don't know if people have noticed, there's a lot of demonic enemies in this world. Just in general, there's more demons. There's a lot more demons than humanoid enemies, for sure. So what I'm thinking is, they're coming from somewhere. I'll come up with a source. Also, Twin Princess. Also, don't mind the fact that the effect on the sword is going away. That's more so of an issue with the effect itself. And there's a reason why Mia has the sword right now. Because Jenna took her Ankh. The bad Jenna. Because we're dealing with time. We're dealing with time shenanigans right now as well. There's a lot of things happening here. There is a story. It's just not random things put together. There is an actual story to this. But we're focusing more so on Mia and Minardi's fight. Isaac Garrett and Ivan versus Satoru is already finished. I wanted to make their fight a spectacle, which is why it's been going on for 3 videos. But we're actually coming up with the end of it. All right, I gotta pay attention now. Let's see. For those curious about what happened here, I did a funny. I made Heart use Illusion Perfume to divert Planet Diver. And also, anime fans, you will know that this is a reference to Dragon Ball. Specifically, the Tri-Beam against Semi-Perfect Cell. Let's Heart thinking about it. she should be extremely overpowered compared to the normal cast of hooligans, because we just don't know what Dark Adepts can do. This is why I'm going to town with this one. The reason why she's black, she's silhouetting her appearance because of what happened. Obviously, because of her mugshot, you can tell she cared about her looks. Being disfigured, it did not help her out. All right. Okay, see, that's fine with the hit spark the way it was. And that white effect's just to symbolize her hand being stunned. So right now, Mia is not dead. She's just in another plane right now. Her body is where it is. We just gotta get her out of here. I have to make that a little bit quicker. Okay, let's see the positioning she's in. I think we should be good. See, much better. Okay, perfect. All right. Also, Dark Souls 3. All right. She should be... Okay, before I forget, a lot of characters here, if people are familiar with fighting games, have the anime dash. I've experimented with running. It's more work. It's a lot of work. I don't think it's personally worth it. It just looks really weird. Like, I remember way back when I had Jenna running, it just didn't look right, in my opinion. It's so weird. And certain characters, it just would not look right. Like Isaac running, I don't even want to imagine that. So we just had him doing the typical anime fighter dash, which is pretty much them in that position and just moving like that. I just have to slow this down a little tiny bit. Well, speed this up actually. Just so it doesn't look egregious. That should be fine. And like I said, I manually saved because autosave would show during the worst possible moments, such as watching a movie, which can glitch. I've had it autosave stop at 70% during a movie, and I was just locked into the movie. I couldn't get out of it. All right. Oh, fuck. Before I forget, I wanted to... That's fine. I don't like that it's right there. But again, I keep things uniform. This is what I mean. Always go back and take a look at your stuff because things can get messed up. All right. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that does not look right. It's just a frame, but yeah. It's just a frame, but frames are important. So here's what we're going to do. Because what I want is for her to... She has to be in this position like when she did that attack. So I want her to stay in the spot. Give me a second. Yeah, the camera definitely got screwed up. Like you can barely see it once the movie's up, but it's still kind of still noticeable. Oh, Melania. Okay. Where is it? All right, let's see. When does the camera switch? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab this frame. We're gonna extend it all the way over here. That means we have to extend this even further. So we're gonna get rid of, no, we're actually not gonna get rid of the blank keyframe. We're gonna grab the blank keyframe and bring it right here. We still gotta keep going. Because we're putting more emphasis on the drill itself. Because I want the attack just to stay put for a little tiny bit. Perfect. I think that should be good. All right. Let's see. Okay. We're gonna do like another 22 minutes. We're gonna do like another 30 odd minutes. Then we'll take a break. I'll be back later tonight and we'll do some more stuff. We're mostly focusing on Adobe Animate for this session. Later tonight, I do have to do some Aseprite stuff. I gotta work on mugshots. Mugshots are very time consuming. Okay. So we're gonna go back to Mia section now. So I want this one that copied her. We'll call this an actual doppelganger. I've been seeing a lot of doppelganger lately, to the point I made a separate video that's not Golden Sun related on doppelgangers, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people. No, I'm positive a lot of people don't actually know what an actual doppelganger is. So I'll have to do that later for the lore people. Speaking of which, I gotta release a lore video next week. There's a lot of things I have to do. But besides that, I want to emphasize the fact that these guys, sure, Adepts should be durable, more durable than your average everyday country bumpkin. But let's emphasize how dire the situation can be once they don't have weapons, especially for someone frail like Mia. So what we can do, let's make whatever, we'll call this a demon that took her Vizias as soon as she came here. We'll make her a little bit different from what Mia would do. So let me go to my effects. I might have to actually bring up a Aseprite to make some different things. All right, let's see. Oh, toxicity. PvP in Golden Sun is, oh my god, that is just the worst. It's the worst in a good way. You see the most toxic bullshit imaginable. Excuse my very foul language, but no, it gets really bad. The amount of stuff that people come up with. All right. So right now I'm going through my effects. Eagle-eyed viewers. Huh? Give me 1 sec. Even though I'm off duty, I'm still technically on duty. 6:30. Okay. That's fine. At least I'm not on 24 hours anymore, everybody. That's the best thing, because we'd actually get stuff done. I am moving to 12-hour shifts though, so streams will happen just a little bit later. Okay, so there's a reason why I don't use a lot of water effects. It's more so a lot of my water effects I don't like, because this is things I've accumulated over the years. Because I used to do Newground stuff back in the day. But let's do this. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Give me 1 second. I'm doing something in the background. I'm gonna play the movie, and we'll go from there after I'm done. Just hold on. And as usual, while I do this, if anybody has any suggestions, just let me know. I am an open book. Oh yeah, the whole toxic YouTube thing, I forgot. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike the video so I'll know there's areas I need to improve on, but by you supporting this helps get it out to more people who want to take up a project like this. Because at the end of the day, you guys matter. You guys are the ones that make things like this possible. Okay, so I'm just doing something on a separate window. Just give me a minute. All right. Effects. Water, ice. This is primarily why I made Mia just strictly ice. It's because my water effects are not the best. Okay, we're gonna do this. Alright, so we're gonna make Mia's actual doppelganger here do some pretty crazy shit. Alright. Alright. We'll call this... What the fuck? Oh, whoops. Call this icicle. Icicle. All right. Yeah. All right, now let's grab this and move it into Mia's folder. Folder sign. This is slowed down because I'm clicked away. Call this on lore. Mia attacks. Okay. Perfect. All right. Sorry about that. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Mia block this, but we're gonna have this immediately come out as soon as the doppelganger does it. No, we have to have Mia actually block it later. Fuck. I accidentally clicked move by mistake. Give it a second. Non-combat with Golden Stone sprites is gonna be actually kind of hard. Now I think about it. Hey, all right. Give me a second. All right, I'm back on August 3rd. No, I'm back on July 12th. I'm back. All right. There we go. So we don't have to deal with this bougie connection Yeah, we don't have to deal with this bougie ass connection anymore. We're good. All right, so let's fix this. So this is Mia. We're gonna have Mia block right on frame. She'll block like a second afterwards. So we'll have it at 184. Okay. So this should look a lot better now. So she does the attack, then Mia will block. But we have to have Mia not actually block this with her hands. So we'll probably make her have an ice shield, which is good because I have plenty of ice shields. We're going to use Mia effects too because it's right there. Insert a blank keyframe. We're going to go to library. We're going to drag in the new effect. Mia. Let's see. It's so easy to lose track of things. Mia attack. Icicle. Oh no, we heard you earlier. We heard you earlier. Getting for us. You only get one. You only get one. All right, let's see. One of the best themes. Straight up one of the best themes. Okay. Sorry about that. It should be in the layer right now. So we're going to grab the sickle. This is 38 frames. So we're going to drag it right in front of Mia. I have to get her. Ooh. Fuck. Auras. I gotta think about that. I really gotta think about that. But we'll deal with that in a second. So we're gonna put this right in front of her. Just so people can actually see what's going on. Be wary if you're ever gonna be using the effect. 9 times out of 10, they'll always be a movie clip, so you won't actually see them in motion until you play the movie. But you can remedy this by turning this into a graphic. This will let you know when the exact frame that the effect starts and the exact frame which it stops. And again, excuse my English, because English is not my first language, so I'm terrible at explaining stuff. So there we go. So we actually have the sickle moving. So what we're going to do is go right where Mia blocks. We're gonna add a keyframe there. We're gonna move this all the way to where she is. Not exactly on top of her, but close. We're giving her a little bit more wiggle room so she can actually put out whatever she's putting out. Because I've not decided what she's gonna put out yet. Also, give me a minute. We're gonna be listening to Golden Sun music for a while. This is probably going to be the background theme for this place. Yeah, this is probably definitely going to be it. Okay, so... What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Just give me a second to think here. Alright, so we'll have it stop right there. So this is where it starts. And this is where it's going to go. For people that are familiar with this, I explained it, but we're going to go over it again. We're going to be doing tweens. We do a lot of tweens. So we're going to right click anywhere between this keyframe and this keyframe. So we'll just do anywhere. Right click it, create classic tween is the first option. For people familiar with Sonic the Hedgehog, or just classic Sonic in general, when Sonic's swing from left to right, it's a classic ease. He just goes left to right instantly. But what we're going to do ease in and out, which is a slow build up, then go. Because classic ease will work fine. See, look at that. Relatively easy, it'll work. But I want it to slowly go, then speed up a little bit. So to do that, just go to Effect, It's going to be automatically on classic ease. You have options. Unfortunately, OBS is stupid, so you won't be able to see this. The first option is no ease, which is defeats the purpose. Classic ease is the next one. Ease in by itself, out, ease in by itself, then ease in and out. That's what we're clicking. There we go. Now, I got to figure out what I want to hurt it. Actually, no, I have an idea. We're gonna use what we did for the interrogation sequence. Give me a second. All right. So we can actually show how I actually pull that one off. We're gonna go. Fuck. I'm gonna be very careful using Mia effects because Mia effects has been very glitchy. For those familiar with the last Sprite animation, we used this specific effect when Mia was interrogating Minority. It's just a very good effect that if you give it like a blue tint, it looks like ice. So that's why I did it. Also, shout out to Yumi Neko because Ogon specifically, because Ogon gives you some pretty godlike effects. What number was this? 50. Let's see. We're gonna have to put this right here. We're gonna flip this. Wait, that's it? Damn. I'm sad. Fuck it. We're gonna go with the fun theme. How long? 37 minutes. Okay. So we're gonna grab this. We're gonna bring it right in front of Mia. About right there. We're gonna flip it. Flip it horizontal. So this will have to... Interesting, hold on. She would have to block right here. I'll find the exact spot. There. Let's do it right here, actually. And we'll say it impacts right there. But I'm gonna need ice break. Well, first of all, we gotta change this. Definitely not that. There we go. Let's get the exact color from our clones. Luckily, I have to actually go all the way back here. It's not that. Her clone should be at -60. -60. Well, 60% actually. Okay, it's fine. All right, so we need that. I think that should be it. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah, all right, perfect. Okay, that's good. I might change it a little tiny bit. But we'll see once we actually get there. So as soon as the sickle impacts, we'll have it disappear. Like right there should be good. Let's paste this here. Perfect. We don't need to make it that big. We'd have to turn this into an object. Well, turn this into a graphic, sorry. We can do a funny. All right, perfect. We're gonna do a funny. So let's turn this back into a movie clip. Add this. Let's watch the movie and we'll see how this goes. We're gonna be doing a lot. We're doing a lot here. Do. Just give me a second. I'm just taking care of some stuff in the background. All right, let's just pay attention, make sure nothing went wrong. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I feel anybody should take up a project like this. It's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna deny it. We're not gonna sugarcoat anything. Like this is a very difficult project because you're doing a lot of things that these sprites were not made to do. Because again, these are JRPG sprites. Even getting them into this environment is a lot of work. But if you stay committed and make the time for it, anything's possible. And if you have any questions regarding this process, just don't forget to leave a comment and let me know. I will aid you the best that I can. Just know you will need Aseprite and most likely Adobe Animate. Aseprite's gonna be your workhorse. That needs a little bit quicker though. Also, shouts to me, Doomcam. You're always hilarious. So primarily, we're just seeing how the sickle and the shield come up. Well, the barrier. Well, whatever you want to call it. See, nothing too crazy yet. Everything seems fine. Once we finally get to the CapCut section of this was gonna look so much better because this is in 3 processes. Adobe Animate is where we start the animation. It's self-explanatory. That's the raw file. DaVinci Resolve is once we start adding some effects, but that's primarily for text purposes. CapCut is where we refine everything and just make sure everything's good to go. And then we add the cool effects. Okay, it's good. First person view is so cool to do. All right, we just gotta make sure the speed is right for this. Perfect. All right, good. That's a good speed. All right, let's see. We need to add a couple extra frames, but I think we're good. Also, I do apologize if randomly this decides just to like crap itself in regards to connection. I am in a hotel until July 9th now, so I do apologize. The connection here is relatively spotty, but it will pick up eventually if it drops. Okay, but besides that, this came out good. This is too fast, which is fine. This is to be expected. This is why we do rewatches. So I think we need to add at least 10. We'll do 10 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do 20. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And we're coming close on the cap. Again, you have about 16,000 frames to work with, unfortunately, with Adobe Animate. All right. Because Mia's obscured by this, we're gonna do something cool. Shit. We'll do that for the next stream. Because I want to show people the limitations that specific enemy types have, which is a lot of limitations in regards to like straight up animations. But we can do that later. Okay, we're gonna have Mia dash through the ice. A little bit of cinematics. Okay. I think right there should be good. I'm moving her with the arrows so I don't touch the ice right here. That ice is massive. Sometimes when you don't want to change the x-axis or mess around with other layers, you want to move with your arrows. Luckily, she's going to be obscured. So we're going to get her... The ice is going to obscure her. Perfect. Okay, so we're turning on onioning just to get the exact spot. That's not bad. Modify, transform, horizontal, of course, because we can't have everything be easy. That's fine. The reason why this is purple right now is because I took a tween and I only took one keyframe instead of taking both of them. So in order to fix that, we just right click and just get rid of the tween because we're going to make another one. We're gonna make this stupidly fast. Insert keyframe. We're gonna have Mia straight up. We're gonna have Mia just dash right towards her. I just don't know how this is gonna look. So for now, we're just gonna have to watch this and see how good this is. All right. But unfortunately, I do have to start wrapping this up. All good. So as usual, the toxic YouTube spiel. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This helps this project get out to more people, especially the ones who want to pick up something like this, because again, it is relatively difficult. But it's just a good thing to do. If you're a fan of the series, support it in your own way. If you do something like this, we will know that you'll love this series. Because this takes dedication. I'm not going to deny it. Dislike it if you want to dislike it. They'll just show me I need to improve as a streamer. But regardless, you guys are the ones who make this possible. Thank you for the continued support. And let's continue making this a amazing project. Because this is going to be going on for a very long time. We just finally reached Mercury. We're gonna try to fix a lot of things with this project. Give Isaac and party a good storyline leading up to Golden Sun 2. That missing section of Isaac's journey up until reunion. But for the most part, hopefully everyone's enjoying this. It's been a fun ride. A lot of ups and downs, but we've somehow managed to get this to work. Scaling power-wise, this one's not bad because Minardi is hurt because of the other sprite animation. Mia should not be able to. It's kind of hard because Mia has a buff because of Mercury being lit, but she should still relatively be at a disadvantage with Minardi at full strength. Because Minardi she was at the base of Mercury Lighthouse when this fight started, so she was fine. So Tauros, on the other hand, he just wanted to be basking in the aura of Mercury Lighthouse for some odd reason. So she's not as weak. She wasn't weakened like Satoros was. That's why I had to kind of make her. I had to make her like dominate Mia during the first section of their fight. Obviously, she got hurt, so this is why her and Mia are going back and forth. But Mia's still at the disadvantage because Minardi, for those eagle-eyed people who actually use TLA editor, well, you guys will know Minardi and Satoros are at level 38. We could probably say Mia with buff for Mercury would probably be around like level 20 something. We'll say that. Still a big disadvantage, but she's holding her own, but it's not easy. Like both of them are just going back and forth with each other. Sprite, on the other hand, like I mentioned, she's a dark adept, so I'm just making her just overpowered for now. This is why we needed to introduce something like this. Yeah, she even stated in the last sprite animation, the means to defeat her don't exist in this world, because there's no light adepts. All right, let's pay attention to this. All right, let's see. How is this gonna look now? We have to really slow it down. But it's fine. We knew what we were getting ourselves into. Like, this is what's gonna happen once you add like very weird complex stuff like this. So we're gonna give this a lot more frames. 3, 4, 5. You know, let's move this. We can give this a little bit more extra frames. It doesn't need to be like that fast. Okay. We have about 5,000 frames left. All right. So when I get back later, we'll do more stuff. Besides that, VOD guys, enjoy the VODs. Lurkers, continue lurking and using the void, but it's all good. Your support matters at the end of the day. We'll see people a little bit later tonight, and we'll do some Aseprite work later while doing more of this. But besides that, I'll see y'all later. Enjoy the VODs, everybody. Take care, and we'll talk later.